Gotta love a hate watch, innit? Gotta love a happy hate watch. Big up every single one of you that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that crap. We are at half time in the Champions League semi-final, and Arsenal have fell again. Arsenal 0, PSG 1. I won't say that the tie is over. It would be way too easy to say that, and also way too silly to say that. But you lot have set yourself up for failure. You lot have really set yourself up for a giant mountain to climb. And you got killed off in 3 minutes. 3 minutes is all it took for the cauldron, the energy that Mikel Arteta begged and pleaded pre-match for the Arsenal fans to bring, to just disappear, to just go quiet. All from an Ousmane Dembele banger. Timber could not handle the left-hand side the right-hand side all game. Kvaratskhelia had him on toast every single time. Doué was cooking the entire back line. The close control, the dribbling, the agility is nuts. Absolutely nuts. And he was unstoppable in that game. Really wish he did pick Chelsea, but I can't hate on a guy who's cooking. He's doing his job, and he's doing his job really well. The whole front three was just sensational, and Arsenal could not handle them in the first 15 to 20 minutes of that game. The whole midfield situation was just completely finished because Thomas Partey got himself a silly yellow in the Real Madrid game. And with that, you've got to throw Mikel Merino back into the midfield where he clearly doesn't look comfortable in. You've just taken him away from where he was playing in form and was actually linking up well with the likes of Bukayo Saka. And he's just dying in the midfield with Declan Rice. I didn't expect the PMP midfield to be getting done at home by Vitinha, by João Neves, who are all quality midfielders, by the way. But I kind of expected like the strength to kind of weigh themselves out. But I feel like that first goal just took a lot of the Arsenal squad by surprise. They didn't really know how to react. It had them all shell-shocked. And PSG were just toying with them. Like, they just couldn't really get the second goal out. Arsenal had a couple of chances. Martinelli went through one-on-one with the goalkeeper and forced a pretty good save from Donnarumma. Donnarumma did his job in terms of shot stopping. And I've called him a bozo at times, but never for the shot stopping. It's just more bozo in terms of decision-making. I use Robert Sanchez as an example. A much worse example of a player, by the way. We all know that. But he's someone who's a good shot stopper, but makes dumb decisions. And that's Donnarumma. Great shot stopper, but he makes dumb decisions. But today, we saw his shot stopping at an insane level. And this is literally what you need when it comes to winning the major competitions. And this is why I'm on to the likes of Sanchez so much. Because I need top-tier goalkeepers. I need top-tier shot stoppers. Sanchez is not even a top-tier shot stopper. He's just a good one. Donnarumma's levels clear of him in that regard as well. And this game is just only one example of it. But you need goalkeepers that you can rely on when they're just facing the odd shot here or there. Because Arsenal in the final third were not peppering the goalkeeper. They were barely threatening the goal. They were only really a worry when it came to set pieces. That's the only time they even put the ball in the back of the net. But you need a goalkeeper that's switched on and that can just save when you get to the right chance. And that's what you have with Donnarumma. To an even more insane level, that's what you have with Thibaut Courtois. That guy is the final boss of shot stopping. It's a shame he ratted us out. Did it for the family and everything. But same way, Donnarumma, sensational. Could have won man of the match. I think he was one of the players that was up there. But I think Vitinha won it. There's a lot of players who could have had a shout. Vitinha, João Neves. You could have given it to Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes was sensational again. Minimized Bukayo Saka's game so well. Who else could have got it? If I didn't say Due, he could have won it. Kvaratskhelia could have won it as well. That guy had Timber doing all sorts. He was lucky he didn't get a second yellow. He was lucky he didn't get a penalty given against him. Every single time he was forcing fouls and forcing rash decisions out of Timber, and he just couldn't handle it. But this is what Luis Enrique has built at PSG. And just a couple of months ago, people were saying he was playing boring, unattractive football and he wasn't getting the best out of his squad. So, I ain't going to say too much in it. Because, look, I know that Luis Enrique has a much bigger CV. But I've already said, when it comes to Enzo Maresca, when it comes to changing to possession-based football from another style of play, you do get these bouts of boring, unattractive football. That's why I'm willing to ride out this storm a little bit, even though we're on back-to-back wins. But that's by the by. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to cook Arsenal because they promised a big game and they didn't even show up. Even their tifos were an embarrassment. I want to show you lot this. This is what we brought the last time we had fans at a UCL semi-final. Obviously, you see the Champions League, Europa League, Club World Cup, Super Cup, not Club World Cup, Cup Winners' Cup. This was before that. And look at that, though. Look at that. That looks like FC 25. If you're playing it on like PS3 or something like that. That's the best that you brought to your third ever UCL semi-final. Embarrassing. And even then, this is your third UCL semi-final. Embarrassing. I had Arsenal fans like Yigal telling me, oh, when we win the UCL, we're going to tell you how much of a small club you are. Guess what? If you don't win the UCL, I'm going to tell you how much of a small club you are. Because like I've been telling you lot leave London and you lot, not London, you lot leave England and you lot become West Ham. West Ham have won a trophy more recently than you. You become Brentford. This is what you lot are. Your manager fumbled it again. Marino should have been playing up top regardless. You keep the attack fluid. And also the decision making. I get it, you didn't have a lot of subs. Why did Odegaard get 90 minutes? 1 year he could have come on around 70, 60. You could have brought him on at half time, to be honest. Like at half time, I only just clocked Odegaard was on the pitch because one of the guys in the watch along said he was playing. You couldn't have used Wanyeri, who's like the only decent player that you guys had on the bench to even bring on. Bar like, you know, mister, you're going to see the best of me and all of that. But really? Pathetic game management. Pathetic lineup, to be honest. And just a pathetic performance from a pathetic institution called Arsenal Football Club. But we know the tie isn't over. The tie isn't over. But hopefully, next week we'll be saying au revoir. And hopefully, next week, PSG do the job. Allez, Paris, people. Allez, Paris. Big up every single one of you that's locked in. Hit the like button. Subscribe. If you're an Arsenal fan, have shame. And what a UCL that is for your football club. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. Up the Chelsea.